Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Cook with Kyeiwaa and Kyeiwaa Nenema. You are all warmly welcome. If you're a new person here, I welcome you. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you're an old person, I thank you very much for your support and always watching the videos. Please don't forget to also share the video. Please, today I'm going to show you how I make this flaky, very tasty and delicious chicken pie. Very easy to do, so please stay tuned. So with this recipe, I'm going to use 4 cups of flour that I've already sifted here, and I'm also going to use about 1 teaspoon of baking powder and also half a teaspoon of salt. I'm also going to use 1 teaspoon of sugar here, and I'm also going to use half a cup of milk. You can use water, but I decided to use milk. And I have with me here 700 grams of salted butter, and it is already cold. You don't want the melted one. And I have some spices. I have some curry powder, ginger powder, pepperika, and also some garlic powder. And I also have my chopped carrot here, my green peas, 2 eggs, and I'm going to use 1 onion that I've chopped here, and I also have my minced chicken here. So now I'm going to add all the dry ingredients first. I'm going to just add everything together and mix well. Now I'm going to add my salt to it, and also my baking powder and my sugar to the flour. So you mix everything very thoroughly for everything to incorporate together before you add your butter to it, very nicely and gently. Before you add your butter to it, so that all the ingredients can come together nicely and tasty for you. Yeah, I'm adding my butter to it, and I'm going to use my hand to just mix everything. So please make sure that you have washed your hands well. If you are not comfortable with you using your hands, you can use your gloves to it if that's what you are comfortable with it. So I'm going to mix everything nicely for the dough to become like breadcrumbs. So this is how you like your dough to become, very flaky like breadcrumbs. I'm going to add my 2 eggs to it and also combine them together. Mix them very well with my hands so they are really combined, just like the way you did with the butter. You have to really combine them together nicely. You can see that I've changed my bowl. I realized that my bowl, the bowl that I was using, it was quite small, so I changed it to a bigger bowl. So I think it's better using 4 cups of flour. It's better to get a bigger bowl before. Yeah, it's time to get messy. So I have to use my 2 hands, yeah, to get everything incorporated well. And I've just added my milk to it and just mix everything well. So this is how you want your dough to be, not too soft, not too hard too, because for pie dough you just need it like this, very flaky. I added just a little water to it, and I'm going to just give it just a quick knead. Not too, you're not going to knead it too much. You just need to bring all the dough together, or have the dough combined together. So this is how you want your dough to be. You see, it has come together nicely. This is very nice, and we're just going to keep it in the fridge. I'm just going to cover it and keep it in the fridge for about an hour before we work with it. So whilst our dough is in the fridge, we're going to work on the sauce. So our pan is already hot, and I'm adding some little bit of olive oil to it. You can use any oil that you like, but I'm using olive oil. And I'm going to add my minced meat to it. I didn't add the onions to it first because I still need the onions flavor in my sauce. So I'm just going to add my minced meat to it. And you know, the pan is already hot, so you have to stir it continuously. You don't want to leave it in there like that. You have to stir it continuously so that it will come, it will be separated easily. Your meat will be separated easily. You don't like your meat sticking together whilst it cooks, so you need it to be separated, so you have to stir it continuously. Okay, you can see it is coming, it is separating easily, so you continue to stir like this, and your meat will be separated easily for you to be able to add all the other ingredients to it. You can see this is nice. Now your meat is done. It has already separated. It has finished separating, so I'm adding my salt and all the spices to it. You can choose to add any spice that you want, and you give it a very nice stir, and you add a little bit of water to it, and you cover it for the meat to cook, because remember, it's still raw meat, so you need it to cook well before you use it for your pie. So let's check our meat. It has been on fire for about 5 minutes now. I think it's done. So I'm going to add the vegetables. I'm going to add all the vegetables to it as a go. Now is the time that I added the onions, because I need the onion flavor. And I'm just going to add a mixture of flour and some water, about 1 tablespoon of flour, and I added some water to it, and I'm going to add it to the sauce. You know, it's going to help the sauce to combine together. You just give it a nice stir and cover it for additional 5 minutes. So now the sauce is done, and I'm going to take it off the stove and allow it to cool down totally before we use it in the pie. So our long awaited dough is done. It has been in the fridge for about an hour now, and you can taste it. It's very firm. I like the firmness. I'm going to just sprinkle some flour on my board here and just divide the dough into smaller portions that I can easily work with. Yeah, nicely. Let me take this off so I can divide the ones that I have in front of me. You just need small portions of this very nicely. And with the portion that I will be working with it, you just pick one portion like this, because it just came out of the fridge. It's still firm, so I'm just going to press them with my with my palm. Just shape it and you press it with your palm just like this, because I need it to be a little bit easy to manage. You apply your roller on it. Very nicely. You apply some flour on it and you roll it gently and nicely like this on all sides. You have to be careful when you are just turning them. I like the way the texture of the dough is. You roll it very nicely like this. And now is the time for us to cut it. I'm using the size of this bowl to just cut it. Just cut the edges from it so that I'll get a very neat round moon. Very neat round moon. You can see. Wow, I've gotten a very neat round full moon. I'm going to also apply my egg wash onto the edges of the moon or my circle, my pie, so that it will be easy for me to close it up when I'm done. And I'm going to use my filling. My filling is completely cooled down. It has completely cooled off. That's how you want it. And I'm going to cover my pie now, just like this. You just fold it up like this, and you use one of your thumb to just seal it nicely and beautiful like this. You seal it off, and I'm going to use my fork to close up the borders. I'm going to use it to close up the borders well, very nicely like this. You're going to just use the flat side of the fork to just close it up, and just look how beautiful it is. So we're going to do the same to all the remaining pieces of dough that I've cut it down. Just take one, you press it down with your palm, the middle of your palm, and you just roll it nicely and cut the edges off with the size of the bowl that you want to just use it for your pie. If you want a bigger pie, you just have to use a bigger bowl. If you need a smaller pie, you just need a smaller bowl. I needed this medium size because it's easy to manage and everybody can get their share. You just press everything nicely like this, and you just keep it aside. I'm going to do the same thing to all the pies. Pie is one of my favorite pastries that I love doing it. I love baking pies for my home. You can just bake them. Whatever meat you want to use, you can use it, from meat to chicken to fish. Anything that you want to use, you can use it and bake it. You keep it in the fridge. You can use it with your soft drink, or maybe even your Milo, or any drink that you choose, or you take it by itself. So now our pie is done. You can see how beautiful it came out, and I'm using the fork to just poke some holes into our pie for it to enable the pie to cook also from within whilst it's in the oven. I've already preheated my oven, and I'm going to give it a quick and nice egg wash, and just keep it in the oven for about 40 minutes, depending on how hot your oven is or how fast your oven cooks. This can cook for about 40 minutes and your pie will be done. So let's see how our pie is. Ta-da! I love this aspect or this time. Yeah, I love it. You can see everything is nice and beautiful. I'm going to apply some butter washed on it whilst it is still hot, and serve. you know Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and also share the video. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.